down. Talking hot winters and cold summers. Black Force Ones when we slide in the streets. We all stay home at a club jumping. What up, cousin? I see you, fam. Throwing slime corners when I watch the trial. LEOs be capping, chatting action. Come and tap in the most interactive. I am the flesh. I am the God. I am the flesh. I am the God.
Lost never leg gon' tap in. Gun flesh skin every rap in. If you like us, gon' get the lights up. You the sub, you the shell, tell them pack in. From the left, right, front to the passenger side. It's right here, the premiere. How you know? Cause them boys broadcast to the live. Wanna talk about it, hit the link right here. Slide coins up, got 100 bands. Mars eyes, watch how the check. And the band made love to a bomber head. Two bands do a dance like check. I'ma keep going till I'm motherfucking tired. You what? I'm motherfucking tired. Slide brothers out, could we rain down game? Like, what you mean? Just watch the rise. Watch the rise. Watch the rise.
I am the flesh. I am the God. I am the flesh. I am the God.
Flesh with God. I see one. I see one. I see one. I see one. I see one.
Right now.
I am the flesh.
You get to see.
I am the God. I am the flesh. I am the God.
Right now. You get to see if we fulfill those promises. And then you vote. That's the difference. Ladies and gentlemen, you represent the state of California, the people of the state of California. It's an awesome burden. And there's no greater service a citizen of this country can do than serve in the military or do your...
What up, welcome family. Appreciate y'all being here. Just getting some things set up in the background. Much love. What up, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights? I see you. Laugh always, have fun. What's good, family? No one in the building. Appreciate you, family. FFS, what up, fam? What up? Child Diggy, all right. We just getting into it. I'm just setting up a couple things, and I'll be right with y'all, family. Let's go. Oh, wait, my mouth ain't moving, huh? Damn it.
being asked to do right now. Stand in judgment of another person in a matter of such great importance. It's an incredible burden to bear. But that's why the 16 of you were chosen. There were 106 people here. You made the cut because you all, and even the alternates, assured us that you could carry out that burden fairly, impartially, without a bias, without a closed mind. Listen to the evidence carefully before rendering your decision, you promised. And to base your decision only on the evidence, not some preconceived notions stemming from the nature of this case or what you may have read or heard.
This is entirely arguable.
But just on facts. And to abide by the basic tenets of our Constitution, proof beyond a reasonable doubt and a presumption of innocence. And they're not mere technicalities, instead they're the backbone of this country. A person is presumed innocent, the Judge Strait told you. And it means he is, in fact, innocent until and unless the prosecution proves otherwise beyond a reasonable doubt. A reasonable doubt, the judge will give you the law later at the end of the case. But it's a doubt that causes you to hesitate in a matter of importance in your own life. I submit to you the decision you make in this case, at the end, will be the most important decision in the life of Reverend Mayors and his family. And I'm confident that if you apply the standard and hold the prosecution to the burden of proving each and every element of...
So yesterday we covered the opening statements of the prosecution. This, as you know, that's Tony Soprano, big gangster boss lawyer right there. Yeah, this is opening statements. We getting into it. Appreciate y'all, family. Just had to make sure my mouth was working.
Both counts. Beyond that doubt, the reasonable doubt, this will work out. And that's why the 16 Bruce Warren jurors. Look, this is serious business. And I just want to tell you one last thing before we dive in. I just think some jurors, some people when they become jurors forget. No one here is going to, both sides are not going to ask you to do anything you don't do in your everyday life. No one's going to ask you to do anything when you're assessing credibility, when you make determinations of credibility. Nothing you don't do in your everyday life. Whether someone's telling the truth, whether they're lying, whether they're mistaken. Just from your everyday life experiences, you'll be the best jurors possible. There is no magic formula, there is no elixir, and as you now know, there is no jury school. Use your God-given common sense in looking at this evidence. I know that will package you this case. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my name is Joe Tacopina. I, along with Sarah Kaplan and Chad Siegel, have the absolute honor and privilege to represent Raheem Mayers, known globally as A$AP Rocky. The evidence will show you that Rocky was a self-made man, risen from the most humble beginnings to extraordinary successes through work, dedication, and artistic
Your Honor,
brilliance.
this is argument is also irrelevant.
Overruled. What is said in opening statement is not evidence. What is evidence is what can be proven.
May I say?
Boy, stay trying to object. What up, Jerome Street? I see you, family. Appreciate you joining. He be over there trying to object to stuff that, well, it's just an opening statement, so it's not facts. So it's no reason for him to be objecting. Plus, he was doing the same thing during his opening statement.
Sorry.
Sometimes things are said in opening statement that cannot be proven and are not proven. Sometimes they are. That's what this case will be about.
Remember my promises. I'll remember theirs. When we talk in a few weeks on closing statements. I remember the DA put up a slide in the opening. It's from Harlem, a picture of him and Rihanna. Talked about when he was a teenager. I want to do the same thing. You'll hear he was born in Harlem, like they said. He was raised in poverty.
Your Honor.
You'll hear that
Same, Your Honor, the same objection.
Stop. Overruled.
You'll hear about his upbringing, his mother and his siblings, and how he overcame. Overcame with hard work, with dedication, and with talent. Rocky is not only
I do want you to stick to what you the evidence will show.
yes, sir. I do believe the evidence will show that, but I'm going to get deeper into these facts. But what the evidence will also show is he's not only a celebrated artist and a fashion icon, he's a man who raised a beautiful family. As the district attorney put up the picture, his significant other.
Your Honor.
You got to get to the facts.
You're going to hear the stark contrast in two individuals. Rocky on one side, Pharrell Efron on the other side, known as Relly. He represents a very different narrative. The evidence will show you that this Relly presents himself to the world as a wealthy, successful man. Source like that he's a recording artist, businessman. He flaunts a very lavish lifestyle on social media. He poses with luxury goods.
Your Honor, the same objection. None of this is evidence.
Evidence will show you this. None of this is evidence yet. There's no evidence on both sides. Posting pictures of himself with large sums of cash and whatnot. It's fraud. He is all about a money grab. The truth is far different. And you're going to see this extravagant lifestyle that this really flaunts is nothing more than a fraud, built on not on success and hard work, but upon criminal activity. Ladies and gentlemen, this case is all about money. I've said it once, twice, I'll say it a few more times. The evidence will show you it's nothing more than a money grab. Nothing more. A clear attempt at extortion by Relly so he can keep funding this extravagant lifestyle of his that he presents to the world. You're going to see the only reason we're in this courtroom is because Rocky would not agree to be a victim of another one of his crimes. That's why we're here. So Rocky said, here's some money. We're not here. He doesn't go to the police. And even after he went to the police, If Rocky gave him money, we're not here. It's not about justice, it's about money for him. Period, end of story. And I will show you that. The evidence will make clear that Relly is trying to leverage a fabricated story to extract money from Rocky, using lies to support these claims. The evidence will show you.
What up, no one? No one said, watch your mouth.
That Relly is a blatant perjurer, someone who takes an oath, and despite that oath, lies. The evidence will show you, and you will see him commit perjury right before you in this court. And you'll see how important that is to this case. Because the evidence will show that despite all the evidence they claim to have, all of it, and I mean all of it, will rise and fall on the word of Relly and his credibility. Period. End of story. You will see if you can't believe him, the prosecution's case fails. Now let's walk you through the events leading to the incident of November 6th, 2021, which is that part of this case. But to do that, we have to start a few years back. From Relly's own testimony, that was the catalyst for this incident. His resentment, not his own testimony, his resentment was the catalyst for this incident, and his animosity towards Rocky. The evidence will show you that Relly met Rocky when he was in high school in Harlem.
Look at his face, the way he looking over there, like, man, this bullshit. He like, I ain't scared of these motherfuckers. Is he looking at the jury earlier too? That must look kind of crazy. Mookie in the building. What's good? What's the late night baking tonight?
They were both part of that creative and artistic conglomerate called CashApp, which now you know means always strive and prosper. Over the years, Rocky achieved more and more success in the entertainment industry at first. He did maintain a friendship with Relly, unfortunately for him. He even sought to help Relly through professional collaboration. But that wasn't enough for Relly, clearly. You'll see the kind of person Relly is in this courtroom. You're going to see it. He was jealous and angry, and as Rocky rejected some of the projects he presented to him, Relly's resentment grew deeper and darker. So embittered by the success achieved by Rocky, someone he once considered peer, Relly embarked on a dangerous course of action. And in November 2021, Relly's resentment towards him reached the fever pitch. After tragedy had struck another member of this ASOP.
Look at the way he looking. He looking at him like, man. Hell no.
Group. An individual named ASAP Josh had untimely death. He passed away. Evidence will show you that Rocky stepped up, spoke to the parents and the mom. ASAP Josh and offered to cover the cost for the funeral, bring the body back to New York and pay for the funeral. But Relly, still blinded by resentment, believed otherwise. He thought for some reason Rocky didn't agree to pay, or had agreed to pay, but then didn't actually pay. He went as far as to threaten physical violence against him because he thought he didn't pay for the funeral or for the expense of flying the body back. He was wrong because he did pay. But he went as far as to threaten physical violence. And you're going to see that for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. On October 16th, a few weeks before this incident that you're here to hear about, Relly told his friend that Rocky was a piece of shit and declared, I'm going to beat this nigga up. Now it's funny, they showed you a lot of text messages.
Yeah, Soprano said that. He said it very clearly too, no hesitation. He said he was a piece of shit and I'm going to beat this nigga up. That's what the victim, the alleged victim, that's what he was saying about Rocky.
I didn't see that one. Did not see that one. That's the catalyst. That's weeks before this incident, when he came in hot on November 6, 2021 on Argyle. And if you fast forward only a few weeks on November 6, 2021, you'll see that. You see that Relly sought to turn those threatening words into dangerous actions. And he did. The evidence will show you that on November 6, 2021, Rocky was scheduled to attend a music festival. They put it up there called ComplexCon, with two other members of the ASAP crew, Elijah Ulanga and Jamel Phillips, you now know them as ASAP Ills and ASAP 12. So, in order to address Relly's resentment, because he was really mad.
Yeah, we could for sure hear the second song. Hey, no one, you could drop the second song that you want to play in the link. We could get that going. What up, Jazzy T? I see you, family. Appreciate you joining.
And have him accompany Ills and 12 to the festival. Rocky reached out to him multiple times. As a matter of fact, I think you saw a text from one of Relly's friends to Relly saying, hey, I think he wants you, keeping Rocky wants you to perform at ComplexCon. So Rocky was trying to get him to come. It was sort of a celebration of the ASAP crew. So Rocky, yes, he was urgently messaging him because they were late for this ComplexCon. You're going to hear that from multiple witnesses. He was making them late for the show, so there were multiple messages from both 12 and Rocky. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? However, you're going to learn that although Relly, because Rocky had reached out to Relly to make plans to meet at his hotel. And you're going to learn, however, that Relly said he was staying at the Lowe's Hotel, who was in fact staying at the Lowe's Hotel, lied to Rocky and said he was staying at the W Hotel. Why? Because he wanted Rocky to think he was staying at a nicer place, according to him, which is consistent with his pattern of showing off a phony, extravagant lifestyle. But also consistent with his pattern of lying. You'll see Relly committed perjury about that exact reason. And despite Rocky's best intentions, the evidence will show you that Relly was angry when he agreed to meet Rocky that day. And that anger came to a head when he encountered Rocky on the street, outside of a parking lot, on Argyle Avenue, leading to a brief altercation that took place.
Tat, what the fuck, man? Shout out to Tat Clouds in the building. Motherfucking soldier. Out here holding it down, standing on the front line. I see you, family. Appreciate you. What up, Ali? Appreciate you. What up, though? Blues Clues in the building. What's good, Blues Clues? I see you. Don't you be starting shit tonight now.
On the street, which you saw a clip of, a very short clip of. You'll learn that Relly claims Rocky instigated. Relly, by the way, is twice the size of him. But we'll get to that. Relly claims that Rocky instigated the altercation, but the evidence will show you it was Relly who was the one looking for a fight. You'll hear about Relly's day from the hours before meeting Rocky. You'll hear what happened in that day, independent of Rocky in that day. You'll hear Relly's claim that Rocky pressed a gun to his stomach, to his chest, and his head. But the evidence, the independent evidence, the stuff that you don't need Relly's word for, will show you otherwise. Fortunately, the video evidence from the parking garage captured the incident. And that was the lie to Relly's fabricated story about that. The video will also show you who the real aggressor was here. It shows you that Relly approached Rocky and reached out first. It was Relly who made the first physical contact. You're going to see in a second. The DA said that Rocky was the aggressor. There's a video there. It also shows that what followed was a very...
You gotta catch the looks. We gotta catch the looks. Look at him.
scuffle again, you saw it, with Relly making physical contact and pulling Rocky towards him. Not Rocky pushing Relly, who outweighs him by almost 100 pounds. Not Rocky pushing Relly, but Relly pulling Rocky. DA said in his opening, he said that Rocky was pushing Relly. You know who else said Relly was pulling Rocky? Relly said that. Relly in a statement.
Really dumbass trying to make all these claims. He the one that told on himself on all the stuff. He talking about he went and got the bullet. Talk about he took it to Rocky house and asked for some money for it. Then talk about he was pulling on him. He was telling on himself the whole damn time.
And when he watched the video, he said, yes, I was pulling Rocky this way. That's not a good narrative. So they just changed that. But Relly has made statements about this incident. And they're stuck with those. It shows the incident was over in a matter of seconds, this videotape. And despite Relly's exaggerated claims that there was no evidence that a gun was pressed against his stomach, direct at his chest, or pointed at his head. There's none. This didn't happen. Instead, the evidence shows that Relly, again, physically much larger than Rocky, was the antagonizer here. Now, all that being said, I do need to pause here for a second. I need to pause here for a second and address the very thing that serves as the basis for Relly's fabricated story. The video that you saw, the first video, shows Rocky holding an object what appears to be a gun. And Relly seized on that and manufactured his extortion claim. And we'll get to the extortion. Okay. And remember, this is a promise from me. We'll see extortion. And if I'm not good on my promise, you'll hold it against me. Watch it. The evidence will make clear that the object Relly alleged was a firearm was absolutely nothing more than a prop gun. The DA ended his opening statement saying, 12B will tell you that. He'll testify on behalf of Rocky and tell you that. Not just 12B. Multiple witnesses will tell you that. Not just 12B. Multiple witnesses will tell you that that was a prop gun. You'll learn that that was a prop gun, also called a starter gun, a blank gun, but it's a type of fake gun. It's used in prop movies and music videos. It's also used to scare off attackers by looking and sounding like a real gun, without actually firing a live round. The evidence will show you that Rocky, obviously, I think you all know by now, is a high-profile person in the public spotlight, and he was a target. The evidence will show, in fact, that he was the victim of prior violence, which caused him to have to carry this. Victim of home invasions, victim of a stalker at that time, in November of 2021, victim of a slashing on his face, which he still carries with him today.
Your Honor, there's been no
Rocky was advised by security to carry a prop gun to scare off potential attackers. And by the way, folks, listen to this one. Rocky was licensed to possess firearms and licensed to carry firearms.
So he said his security advised him to carry a fake gun. I don't know how believable that one is. I mean, I guess the security, or I don't know, somebody, they could have used a different person or something. Because, like, if your security is there with you, like, why would they tell you to carry a fake gun? A prop gun? Like, you know, in case we shooting, you could act like you shooting too. That don't really make sense, but they can't prove it wasn't a prop gun. If they don't got the gun, they can't say who gun it was or what kind of gun it was.
November of 2021. He was licensed by the state of California. He could have legally had his own firearm.
Oh, facts. And he was licensed to have a gun too.
He didn't want to carry a real gun, though. Despite his ability to do so legally, he didn't want to carry a real gun. For fear that he would either injure someone or himself. Again, I want to repeat that. He didn't need to hide a gun, carry an illegal gun. He was licensed to in this state. So you're going to learn that in July 2021, a few months before the incident with Relly, Rocky was in a music video with Rihanna that had pop guns in it. The evidence will show you that Rocky took one of them, which he carried as a security measure, as he was advised to do to scare off potential attackers. And that's exactly what he tried to do with Relly on November 6, 2021.
New track out now by No One. Y'all go sub up, show them some love. Appreciate y'all, family. Fire music over there. Stay on track. Brief intermission. What up,
Stay on
family?
your pivot. Keep your focus, keep your eyes up, head on the swivel. Watch you closest, if I love them, that don't mean I trust them. Two different stories and it's trouble when your business and personal get distorted. So I move different, smooth shifting up out of the clutch, I'm double dutching, double.
Just a little sample right there. Y'all go sub up to No One. Show them some love.
Unfortunately, you hear that Relly was not to be deterred, not scared, because Relly knew that that gun wasn't real. There will be evidence to that fact. And all of Rocky's friends knew that Rocky carried a prop gun for safety. All of them. In fact, the evidence will show you this.
Snapper Slapper in the building. What's good? Where you at, family?
That Relly not only told Rocky as much, but he actually called Rocky's bluff and said, shoot me, knowing that he couldn't.
He told him to shoot him. I want to see that if they got sound for that, because that'd be kind of crazy if they really got him saying shoot me, because that's going to really look real bad for him. What up, Lady L? I see you. Appreciate you.
With all this laid out, I do want to show you the video and walk you through it with respect to the first encounter. I'm going to play it once, it's quick, and then I want to show you two snippets. Here's the first encounter. That's Relly coming up.
So hold on. Let me rewind that real quick. Do that look like ASAP Rocky was pushing him, or do it look like Relly was pulling him? I don't know. I couldn't really tell. Let me try to look again. Y'all let me know what you think. I don't know, but he definitely didn't look scared, whatever it was. But then if it was a fake gun, why would he pull it out and flash it like that?
There's two things I want to play for you in there. The first thing is, the first person to raise a hand to anyone is Relly. You're going to see when he comes up, initially, that's him, you all agree, in those black pants coming up. First person in the video. You'll see if he goes with his left hand. He raises his hand first. Play that one snippet, Eleanor, please. Boom. Do it again. Boom. He comes up with that left hand before Rocky raises his right hand. And how do you know that? Play the next clip, please. He has his hand around Rocky's neck or shoulder, and Rocky's right hand then finally comes up. Boom. This guy has his hands around Rocky's neck or shoulder before Rocky's right hand comes up. Boom. And then
To defend yourself after that,
you
right?
heard, and you
Wouldn't that count as self-defense? Like, shoot, like, dude was trying to choke me, so yeah, I pulled the gun out on him. What you talking about?
saw in the video, they going backwards. Relly, again, who's much bigger, you can see that from there, said to the police, yeah, I pulled him back. I pulled him back. They told you, well, Rocky pushed him back. That's not what Relly said. Defies sort of the laws of physics.
What up, Brooklyn?
He outweighs him by almost 100 pounds. Relly pulled him back. And by the way, all the gun pointing to the head, chest, pressed against the stomach would have had to have happened within seconds of that video with that kid Ills in between them. Seconds. You saw none of that on the video. And the second encounter, after that brief altercation by the parking garage, Relly was angry and out of control still. And he wouldn't stop. The evidence will show you that those three guys, Rocky, Ills, and Schwelby, walked away. They walked away. There was a map put up here. I don't have one of those. It was nice. It was a map showing where the first thing happened, and then there was a block, and then walk around the block where the second thing happened. That guy followed them around two corners. Pursuing them. He hadn't had enough, apparently. They were walking away from him, trying to get away from him. He pursued them around two corners. And the evidence will show you that those guys, Rocky, Ills, and Schwelby, tried to get away from him. They tried. You'll hear that although Relly claimed that Rocky had a real gun, now, Relly not only continued to follow the guy with a real gun, but he followed and yelled at them and berated them and told the Ills, "You're a crackhead," and told Schwelby, "You live in the projects. You're not successful like me."
So that too, that's something that I guess they would have to have evidence of that, or I mean, because that's hearsay with him just saying what somebody else said. So it would have to be that either somebody is gonna say that, because obviously ASAP Rocky is not gonna take the stand. We know he ain't gonna take the stand, so it'd have to be that somebody was there that witnessed it, said they heard him say that, because otherwise it would be hearsay, right?
And told Rocky, "You're a bitch." So the guy who told Schwelby, but he followed and yelled at them and berated them and told the Ills, "You're a crackhead," and told Schwelby, "You live in the projects. You're not successful like me," and told Rocky, "You're a bitch." So the guy who supposedly pulled a real gun on him, and now apparently someone else has a knife too, and they're running away from him, he's chasing them, antagonizing them, bragging about his own successes. You'll listen to Relly's story about that, ladies and gentlemen. You get to assess the credibility, because it will continue to unravel. The story will continue to unravel. Even the police questioned him. "Why would you continue to follow Rocky after he supposedly pulled a real gun out on you?" said the police to Relly. And you'll hear Relly's answer to the police. "I don't know." That was the answer. "I don't know." I promise you that answer doesn't change in this courtroom. That's what he said initially when asked. And of course he didn't know. He had to say, "I didn't know why I followed him." Because he couldn't tell the police the truth that he knew Rocky's gun was a prop gun. Because that wouldn't work for his narrative. One that could actually shoot him. And because he was aware of that fact, Relly continued his aggression. You'll hear that Relly was so angry that he was ready to hit Schwelby, according to Relly. You'll hear that he was so angry that he hated Ills, according to Relly. You'll learn that when Relly finally caught up with him around two corners, on the corner of Selma and Vista Del Mar, his anger and hatred came to a boiling point, and he attacked this kid Ills. Attacked him. And make no mistake about this, the evidence will show you Relly was the aggressor there as well. And Rocky, again, significantly smaller than Lee, acquired that prop gun, that starter gun, which makes sounds just like a real gun. That's the purpose of it. He fired it twice, hoping the sound would be enough to scare off Relly and protect Ills. Wrong.
Lady Justice is blind. everybody can get it.
Relly didn't stop. He didn't stop because he knew it was a prop gun, but he didn't stop. And the evidence will show you that after Rocky fired those two warning shots with that prop gun, car alarms went off. Because there was that big parking lot right there where they were. Car alarms went off. I'm sorry that you guys are here. It's hard to look everywhere. So 12E, being sort of sound mind, told Rocky, hey, listen, man, get out of here. The car alarms are going off now. People are going to start coming. Rocky obviously is a public figure, and now people are going to have their attention drawn to this. Get out of here. Rocky listened. He persuaded Rocky to leave the scene. 12E said, I'll check on Ills, because Ills was having a rough go of it. Ills is small.
Hey, can y'all hear what name is he saying? Is he saying 12E? Is it ASAP 12E? Like 12 with an E on the end? Or is he saying something else? 12E.
All of them Rocky. His face looked after this encounter. It was a hot mess. So you'll hear a different story from Relly. He claims, he claims he grabbed him, Ills, as a human shield. A human shield. Funny, Ills didn't get shot. But he was a human shield. Evidence will show you that's just another lie. It's another lie. The evidence will show you that. You'll see that Relly knew the prop gun couldn't hurt him, first of all. Second, you're going to see that Relly wasn't hiding behind Ills or under Ills. In fact, in the video, if you look carefully and we'll show you, you'll see that Relly's on top of Ills as they're on the floor, on top of him, punching. And even after Rocky left the scene, that's simple. Even after Rocky left the scene and ran, the evidence will show you that Relly continued to attack Ills. A witness will walk you through that. That sort of is a problem for them. I mean, this guy was claimed he was shot at.
I got you late night. We'll play some more of that track. We'll play the rest of it.
Shot at one point. And he is still attacking the guy that he started to attack before there was any warning shots fired. He's still attacking. Not to be deterred by any star pistol or real bullets from him.
My bad, I was on mute, y'all. My fault. You know I'll be slipping sometime. But what I was saying was I agree with you, Karen Charles. You could still carry it just in case your security get distracted. I don't blame him. I'm praying. Yeah, that's a fact. You can still carry it. I'm not saying like he shouldn't carry it. So that was a smart move or whatever. But I'm saying I don't see his security suggesting that. That don't usually sound like a typical thing a security would come up with. But I ain't saying that it was or it wasn't. I'm just saying my own personal thoughts. I don't have no facts on the case as far as that, but appreciate y'all, family.
The DA played you a video here that had that sound. There was a little box in the bottom that had sound. There were pop pop. That video was called the sequence surveillance video. The district attorney played on the roll. Funny part about that video is that they cut out that last part of the video. We'll play you the full part. But the part where Ills goes back and attacks, Relly goes back and attacks Ills. They cut that part of that video out. It's not on that sequence surveillance video. They cut out those last 3-4 seconds. That's a problem. Now, this altercation, like the first one around the corner, was also captured on video, but as you saw, that thing is not clear. And I saw some pictures up here earlier. It looked like aliens or something. But it's not clear. But you can make some things out. But even Relly in his testimony said, I really can't tell what happened in that video. So we have to go on his word now. And although the video captured that incident, that was less than half a minute, not particularly clear, the evidence will make clear what happened there. the evidence will. Relly physically attacked Ills. Rocky tried to use a prop gun to defend him. And with that, I want to walk you through that video the best we can. We'll play it first. Again, you know this drill here is at the corner. Up here. Focus on here they come. There's Rocky. There's 12E. Then Ills comes and he's following him. You see him go right after Ills, really. And that's when Rocky fires the warning shots. And there's Ills on top. Relly on top of Ills, punching him. That's Ills going down to the ground. Rocky's gone. 12E's about to be gone. And watch. There goes Relly back after Ills. And then he goes away after he hits him again. Ills eventually caught up with 12E and Rocky. His face was basically busted open. We have the clips to play, small ones. Let's do that again. So I'm going to play broken down little clips. The first one is them all being followed, upper right hand corner again, guys. All being followed by Relly. Three of them trying to get away. First Rocky, then 12E, then Ills, and Relly's still coming hard.
Hey yo, no one, to be honest, I just use a regular mic from Amazon. I got this one a while back. I ordered another one, the same kind. It was like an upgraded version, and it didn't sound as good as the older one, so I don't know what's up with that. But it's a, let me see, I'll tell you right now. It's an 8M800. I don't know. I email it to you though, but yeah, it's just I just got it off Amazon. I think it was like $100 or like $120, but they should be way cheaper now. I ordered the same one, but the new one I got didn't sound as good as the old one.
And you'll get to see this as many times as you want later. The second one is Relly on top of Ills on the ground. Is that right? Yes. Let's see if I can help here. Can I stand up here for a second?
Actually, Alex is going to get we have a pointer in the courtroom.
Oh.
And he's going to get it.
All right.
So, yeah, you can stand where you want to stand, but in a little while, Alex will bring up the pointer, and you can use it, or Mr. Lewin can use it, or Mr. Loma can use it, or Mr. Siegel can use it.
All right, so not to hold everyone up, I'm just going to go forward here right now, okay? All right. Can you go back again, guys? This is the clip where you see Relly, and you get to see it later. Don't worry. Relly, big guy, on top of that little guy Ills, on top of him, not using him as a shield. Watch. Go ahead. There's Relly, that's Ills down, and Relly on top of him. Look at him. He's not worried about a shield. He's going after him. And then the
Look at that blurry screen. How the heck is you gonna say that's who is and what is who? Like how you? Oh yeah, but they do got another view. I think they could tell who is in this view because of where they run and the cameras they run to see them in another view. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Where are we at? Chloe Albert's Revenge in the building. What's good, family? I see you. Appreciate you joining. Don't be erasing people's comments, Chloe. Nah.
last clip is, are we playing that last clip too? Take a look at it. It's after Rocky's gone, Relly continues his pursuit of Ills. This poor little kid. There. And he hits him again before he peels off. He goes to the left to hit Ills, and then he goes to the right. There's also a witness that saw this. He's going to come in here. Unfortunately, Rocky's attempt to scare off Relly didn't have the intended effect, obviously. Instead, Relly continued his attack on Ills and then hatched his extortion plan. What you'll learn is that Relly returned to that scene an hour later. He returned to the scene an hour later. And he attempted to fabricate evidence, ladies and gentlemen. This is some offensive stuff. It's going to be crystal clear to you. He attempted to fabricate evidence. You hear Willie's claim that he came back to the area an hour later with his girlfriend Lydia Parker, and that while they were there, he quickly found 2 shell casings that Rocky fired right there, picked them up, and he found them. And then he videotaped them. An hour later. You will see that story fall apart so hard. Why? Because the evidence will show you that well before Relly returned to the area, 7 police officers, like a SWAT team, 7 police officers arrived at that same spot. They responded to the scene.
Chloe Albert's Revenge, you deleted a Blues Clues message. It said, all these music, whack 100. All these ninjas music.
And carefully
My bad. Was I not supposed to read that?
searched every inch of that area. I could not believe what I heard on the opening statement. Oh, the police didn't know where to look. Police searched the exact same spot where Relly claims he picked up the bullets. Not close to it, not near it, the exact same spot. Thank God there's videotapes. There's a body cam from the police where they were searching, and there's that surveillance video that you see here that captures Relly coming back an hour later. Exact same spot. So, we're playing it now? Well, it's not just, but we're playing and we're showing. Showing. So, this is where the police are. I'll just back in. The police are searching with flashlights. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 right there right now. There were 7. There's another one here. This is where the alleged tussling was with Relly and Ills. Rocky's here. 12's here. Here's the corner they came around. So this is where the shots. Yeah. Very high tech, Your Honor. This is where the shots were.
Like, easy on the screen.
This is where the shots were discharged according to Relly, right here. Okay, right here. Look at where they're searching. This is where Relly, as he comes back an hour later and picks it up. And here's the landmark. Look, this is the corner that they all came around, right here. And this is where it all started. And here, there's that opening right here. See this big orange, red, whatever this thing is here? Look at the picture below. Okay. That thing there is that thing here. That opening here, this is a big orange thing. I mean, you can't really see as well here. You'll be able to take these with you later. This is that orange thing. Go back up again, guys. Down to the other one. This is that orange thing. Directly across a few feet there is where they're searching. Go down. Directly across a few feet there is where they're searching. You know what that is?
The little bitty baby ant image is up over there. And that's him over there going back to pick up the bullet. Yer! What's good, Sustained Overruled? What's good, family? Always good to see you in the building. Hope everything is good as can be. Hope things is getting good or getting better for you and all that good stuff. Much love, family.
That's really an hour later. According to the police, they captured that surveillance video. That's him an hour later coming back to retrieve the bullets in the exact same spot at the. Go ahead up. The cops were searching with a flashlight. And the cops weren't there looking for, they didn't know why. The cops were there looking for shell casings because they were called in for shots fired. So, what the police officers searching that scene found were no shell casings, no bullet fragments anywhere, and they were there. 7 officers with flashlights searching everywhere. No shell casings, no bullet fragments, no damaged property. understand there was a parking lot filled with cars right across from where this alleged shooting was, real close, right? Not a window broken, a tire popped, a dent in a piece of metal. No damage to any vehicle at all. Absolutely no sign of a real gun being fired, as one of the police officers on the scene said.
Well, you can't forget about them knuckles, though. We did see that, them knuckles. His knuckles was damaged.
I repeat that. One of the police officers on the scene said, there's no evidence of a gun being fired. But still, they're going to ask you to believe Relly, who miraculously found them in the dark an hour later after 7 trained officers with searchlights in the same exact spot couldn't find them. So much for the officers didn't know where to look. They were right in the same spot. So, for that matter, although Relly is going to claim his girlfriend was there with him, because that gives a corroborating witness that can back his story up, right? When he found those shell casings an hour later, the video evidence in this case will show otherwise. That she wasn't with him, unless she's a ghost. That she wasn't with him. Thank God for those surveillance videos. So what did Relly first do with the videos he made of the shell casings? Did he go to the police? No, he didn't contact the police. Instead, he sent them to Rocky and Rocky's manager and said, I'm going to be rich. That was his first thought. I'm going to be rich. I mean, here's someone who basically claims he was shot. That was the initial story, shot. He miraculously recovered the evidence from the crime.
What y'all think in that water bottle? Y'all think it's some drink, or you think he got some yak in there? No, I'm just playing. What up, Laugh? What's good? What you laughing at?
That the police couldn't find. And he didn't go to the police. His first thought was, I'm going to be rich. Well, the evidence will show you that Relly committed perjury without those messages. He actually texted a message meaning, I'm going to be rich. He said, I'm going to be itch at one point. But he said, oh, I didn't mean rich when I said itch. I meant irritable. Okay, because itch and irritable is not very close. And when you're typing itch, sometimes it's both change into irritable. It's just one line after the other. He testified at an early hearing in this case, under oath. And you'll learn shortly after sending those messages to Rocky and to his business manager, you're going to learn that Relly sent another message to his business partner, to Relly's business partner, saying, I want to get this nigga's money. That's all that was on his mind. Not his.
He didn't have to say it again now. He already said it the first time now. We get it now. You tried to slide that one in. You know, in New York, they don't care about that shit as much. I mean, actually, it don't even matter as much no more anyway, but it's just funny the way he's just sliding it in there, though. He didn't have to say it. You imagine Brian Steele saying it.
Near-death experience. Oh my God, how did he even survive that scrape on his knuckles? Not running to the police to arrest the culprit. No. Texting everyone, I'm going to get rich, I'm going to get his money. That's all he cared about. The evidence will show you that Relly fabricated these shell casings in order to extort Rocky. Right from the outset. Right from the get-go. And why did he think he could get away with that? Why? Because Relly
hustles to double back, double up. You can't tell me that I'm greedy. You can't tell me what's enough unless you mad. I'm dripping off. It's all your bitch come rushing up. What? By the way that these boys act, ain't gotta ask who a bitch. I aim an X9 over necklines, know exactly who I'm finna hit. KDR's on 100%. If I bust in, they ain't gon' miss. headshot. Like I got an aimbot on this bitch, so tell him to pick a squad. I need some targets to pick apart. Loud talking when the crowd watching and they TikTok and see me kill the noise. Everything quiet, you can hear rain pissing on kind outside. You can go live right now, buddy, you can die right now. You ain't gotta pick sides. You know my squad gon' flex. One gon' bring back two, my dogs gon' fetch. I'ma tell her pick up the sick. Smell like this when the bitch, so all y'all nicks. Then put a boot cross all y'all neck. Check out the footwork, step up the game. You gotta give respect to get it without it. Expect me to step on the lane. Tell them about gang, I don't care what you claim. Grown men over here, they like to sneak the diss on beats. Remember the song end over here. Ain't no theatrics, ain't no rematches. You on the wrong end over here. It costs a few racks. If you want it back, then tell them to phone in over here.
Hey, hold up. I forgot the whatchamacallit, huh? Hold up. Here we go. What's the shit everybody love to do?
He didn't know that the police had already returned within minutes of the sounds and the incidents there and searched the scene. He didn't know that. And of course, they didn't find anything. We talked about that already. There was no actual shooting because there was no real gun. There was no evidence of a shooting because there was no real gun. And that's why that same night, in response to Relly's text to Rocky texts him, if I shot you, go to the police. They didn't show you that text, though. Showed you a bunch of texts between Relly and Rocky that night. They didn't show you that text. Rocky saying, go to the police. Yeah, because someone who really shoots someone and is guilty said, yeah, go to the police. Rocky texted that night. But of course, he didn't go to the police. That was not on his mind. You'll hear what he thinks of the police, this Relly. After his immediate efforts to extort Rocky failed, because he just wanted to get rich, he wanted to get that, need his money, as he said. When it didn't work, he said, okay, I better go get a civil lawyer. After he tried on his own to get the money, let me go get a civil lawyer to try and get money out of Rocky. And you'll hear that because the civil lawyer would only take his case if he went to the police. Relly then went to the police 2 days later. 2 days after the incident, he finally goes to the police. And you'll learn of the inconsistent statements he made to the police because he couldn't keep the story straight. It is all over the place. You'll hear this ridiculous claim like the one about him being shot. You saw that picture. The supposed proof of him being shot, the knuckle scrapes, the superficial knuckle scrapes across his knuckles, which are consistent with him doing what you see in the video, attacking somebody, having pills. That did not feel good, by the way. But attacking somebody and punching and scraping a knuckle on the ground. What kind of bullet does that? Hits one knuckle, bounces down, hits another knuckle, bounces down again. I mean, it's ridiculous that he said that. He got shot. That was his first story. Now you hear that backed off way off that thing now. You'll hear his ridiculous claim about that injury, that it was a gunshot wound that required medical attention, he first said. Of course, now the DA just said to you, oh, you don't have to decide at the end of this case if you got shot or not. You don't have to decide. Don't worry about it. Not that easy. Not that easy. You do have to decide because his credibility is at issue here.
I got you, no one. I'll send you a link for a mic. I got you, fam.
You have to decide if he was lying, if he was embellishing, if he was making up a story to get money. So if he says he got shot, and you find he didn't get shot, you do have to decide that. Relly at this very moment has a civil lawsuit against Rocky, seeking millions of dollars. Ready? $30 million for the knuckle scrape. $30 million. It's not enough money. Not just. Oh, He also claims that he has a permanent disability from the knuckle scrape. He lies about almost everything in this case. He swore that he has a permanent disability. You're going to see an Instagram video of him with that permanent disability, showing his manicured hand, turning it around with his Rolex watch on. Permanent disability. It is offensive to a different level. He even claims he went for necessary medical treatment for his injury to a hospital, but not here in LA, where he was shot. He waited to fly all the way from California to New York to go to a hospital many days later after getting a civil lawyer and being told by the detective in this case, really, you should go to the hospital, not to make sure you're not going to die, not to make sure you don't lose use of your hand, not to make sure your knuckles heal. The detective said, you should go to the hospital for this case. The detective, it's going to be undisputed, told Relly to go to the hospital for this criminal case. Do you think they're trying to build a case here? Is that what we do? We instruct victims to go to the hospital to make it look better? Those scrapes are no more proof of a real gunshot.
Sustain overruled. Jazzy T said, I hope the laundry done since you drinking. Straight fire. Appreciate it. Shout out to No One. That was a fire track. We love it, fam.
Then those shell casings that the 7 officers did not find are. And what else did the police not find after Relly turned in the shell casings over to them, finally, after walking around with them God knows where for 2 days? What else did the police not find? You'll hear that the police, despite examining them for fingerprints, didn't find Rockies on them. Because bullets, metal, capture prints. So if someone loads a bullet into a gun, got prints are going to be on that. Not Rockies. Now, the shell casings apparently had no fingerprints on them whatsoever. As if someone who claimed to find them after the fact wiped them completely clean. And what else wasn't found on those shell casings? Rocky's DNA. They took samples, the police did, of Rocky's DNA for the purpose of comparison. They took his DNA to compare with the bullets. 0. Nothing. Never connected to the shell casings. As I mentioned, he was licensed to carry and possess firearms. You'll learn that he legally possessed firearms, which in fact were recovered from his home. You saw that whole bunch of pictures. He had firearms legally in his home. No problem. Police did a search, they recovered them. No problem with the police. The evidence will show you that none of those firearms recovered were 9.
What up, Jason Hodges? Welcome to the family. Hey, free flex. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate you, family.
Millimeter caliber. Because he didn't have one. You'll learn that the 9mm caliber of the shell casings that Relly claims to have recovered from the scene are exactly the type of gun that Rocky didn't possess or own. You'll hear, and you heard from their opening, that there was a single magazine containing 9mm ammunition in his home. And you'll learn that belonged to his manager, Lou Levin, who will tell you, he will be here and testify why that was
front, the right, left, excuse me, the right, left side. Front.
Okay, all right.
He also was licensed. Most importantly, though, when it comes to this little issue.
No, you gotta catch it. Late night baking with Mookie. No is short for number. You get it? Hold on, catch it now. No is short for number.
Of the bullets recovered by Relly, that didn't have Rocky's fingerprints, the police missed, and all that stuff, and the 9mm ammunition recovered in Rocky's home, that one magazine, 5 bullets or whatever. Most importantly, you're going to learn.
And I know y'all gonna be like, no, number starts with NU. Yeah. According to encyclopedia.com, it's NU.
That the shell casings were completely different than the ones that Relly said he found at the scene gave to the police. Completely different. You'll learn that the 9mm ammunition in Rocky's home was a brand called Sig Sauer, and the Relly shell casings that he claims to have found at the scene, that the police missed, were a brand called Federal. I'm going
Your
to
Honor,
show
I
you.
apologize for interrupting the state earlier, but the state can talk the ears off a donkey. This continued filibustering has got to stop.
Difference. I'm going to show you the pictures. This is the one in the house. That's that magazine that they recovered with a few bullets in it. That was Lou Levin's. This says Sig. Whoa. I can't see nothing now, so can you zoom back a little bit? SIGSAUGER or something like that. Sour. What's this? How does it say?
Luger.
What? Luger. Sig. S-I-G. Sig Luger. The ones at the scene are these from Relly. FC, which stands for
Federal cartridge.
Federal Cartridge. Completely different brand. Completely different bullet.
Federal. That's a whole different one. And it got the gold tips too. What the hell? Hell no. What kind of evidence? Where do they be building these cases from, yo? This shit don't make no sense. Like, is it that serious to go after these rappers that you gotta build a fake case and go after all some bullshit like this? The little scrapes on the knuckles.
Those are the ones from the house that belong to someone else who will testify here from Peru. Those are the ones that Relly claims to have found at the scene. They're different bullets altogether. So much for that big reveal on the opening. They didn't show you that, no. They didn't show you the comparison of the two bullets. Just the magazine. Ooh, it's a 9mm. Different bullets. In the end, you'll see that all the objective evidence in this case relied on by the prosecution to support a shooting rises and falls, I mean falls, on the word and credibility of Relly, who is a proven criminal and perjurer. Those shell casings he claims to have found, the superficial scrapes he claims is a gunshot wound. The video himself that he even claims he can't make out clearly. We have to rely on his rendition of it only. Because without his rendition, you get nothing from any of this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your job to win this trial to evaluate the evidence. To look at every single piece of evidence they present to you, the prosecution, and ask yourself, does that pass the smell test? I remember Mr. Lewin, every time he stood up in jury selection, said, possibility? Did we say possibility? No, no possibility. No possibility. The word possible is not part of this trial, he said to you. Remember that. This case is not about possible. It doesn't pass the smell test. And
all right, no one getting back in the booth. Appreciate you. What up, Stacy Sibbett in the building? Appreciate you, family.
You have to ask yourself that. Does it? Or do you have a doubt about a piece of evidence that's really the focus here when you consider the charge in this case? There are two charges. The first charge is assault with a semi-automatic fire gun in this case. No, actually I said that wrong. It's an assault with a semi-automatic
Y'all go sub up to Reggie Righteous. Fire music on deck.
firearm. That's the first count. Both counts of that, actually. The first one is the altercation in front of the parking garage. The second for the altercation around the corner. 2 counts. To prove those 2 counts, they must prove beyond a reasonable doubt 2 things. One, Rocky possessed a real gun.
This sounds like
Okay. The judge will give you the law. He's right. The judge will give you the law at the end of this, what needs to be proved.
I made the objection. Is anything right? Or?
You were right too on that one. They won't be able to meet that burden in this case. When the judge gives you the law, you'll see the two things that have to be proved. It's not even close. On either. The objective evidence in this case, independent of Relly, just is not there. There are no gunshot wounds, no evidence of actual gunfire as officers at the scene, no shell casings found at the scene. When the police arrived,
This sounds again like pure argument.
evidence will show you there was no property damage, no fingerprints, no DNA linking Rocky to anything. And that's because what Rocky had was a prop gun. Either that, or he's the luckiest man to ever walk the face of this earth. What is real in this case wasn't a gun, but Relly's attempt to extort Rocky. That is real. Out of millions of dollars, and using this criminal case as a windfall in his civil one. And folks, and going back to what I first said to you, my promise, it's a promise to you. And I would be doing this so emphatically if I weren't sure.
That's argument. Properties for a case.
You will see, the evidence will show you hard evidence of an extortion in this case and perjury to try and cover it up. Hard evidence of an extortion in this case, the evidence will show you, and perjury to try to cover it up. The evidence will show you Relly's understanding in that regard that if Rocky's found guilty here, he automatically has liability in a civil case and gets money. Lots of money.
That's absolutely improper. That's intriguing instruction.
Understand.
Counsel continues
Stop.
to make whatever
Stop.
objection-
No speaking objections. Stop.
That's the second time now. We seen him yesterday. Remember when we was watching the first part? Seen him beef up on him, so we know Judge could get a little bass in his voice when he get about that. But it's mostly banging on the prosecution already. They already getting themselves in hot stuff over there. Stop.
Disregard anything about the consequences of whether. No speaking
Liability in a civil case and gets money. Lots of money.
That's absolutely improper. That's intriguing instruction.
Understand.
Counsel continues
Stop.
to make whatever
Stop.
objection-
No speaking objections. Stop. Disregard anything about the consequences of whether Mr. Mayers is or is not convicted in this case. The consequences have no bearing on any decision that you have to make, and you're going to be given a jury instruction to that effect.
Thank you.
Shout out to Jerome Street fam. You know, best family on YouTube. I appreciate all y'all family. Every like, every view, it's appreciated. Even the haters, it's all appreciated.
Wait, it's been Relly's endgame from the start. You're going to hear some of the absolute worst things come out of his mouth when it comes to this case, this criminal case, and how much he truly cares about this case and what he was willing to do through this case for money. Ladies and gentlemen, when this case is over, you'll see that Rocky Mayers, except Rocky's innocent. He's not only not guilty, he's innocent. And when we stand up here for our closing arguments in a couple of weeks, we'll talk about how the evidence shaped up. You'll see that for Relly was.
Mookie say, well, now I know, huh? Now I know. Got the next track. No, I ain't even gonna say that.
Never about justice, ever. It's about a man seeking a profit from a fabricated narrative, using false.
I didn't hear. Read that.
It's about a man seeking profit from a fabricated narrative.
It's argument.
The evidence will show you that Rocky has absolutely nothing to hide here. He's a man, evidence will show you he's a man who built success through passion, valor, and hard work. He stands in stark contrast to this fellow. You will see Kate stand next week and lie to you over and over again, trying to destroy Rocky for his own financial gain. He's a parasite who wants you to help him get his payday. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this case, after all you've seen and heard, all the evidence and cross-examination, all the things I promised you today, I will ask at your hands for a verdict of not guilty for Rakeem Mayers. It's the only verdict consistent with justice. It is the only verdict consistent with fairness. Thank you.
All right, folks, I want to take a 10-minute break, and I want counsel to remain in place. Folks, please be outside the courtroom doors at 10 minutes before 3.
What an opening statement, huh? What y'all think? What y'all think? Y'all think you did good? I think you did pretty good. Just because the evidence sound like it's gonna be horrible. I don't know what the prosecution is thinking. As always, I mean, as we've been seeing, the same thing with the YSL trial. Prosecution just coming with like a bunch of bullshit that they know they don't need to be bringing to court. But as usual, you know, they just want to lock some Negroes up, put them Negroes in jail. You know what they love to do. Everybody loves to see it. That anyway, yeah. It's still some more though. We still rocking and rolling. We're gonna take a brief intermission and we're gonna run that back one time. I just want to hear it because I didn't hear it from the beginning. Let's see what it do. Appreciate y'all, family. Brief intermission.
Stay on track, stay on your pivot. Keep your focus, keep your eyes up, head on the swivel. Watch you close as if I love them, that don't mean I trust them. Two different stories and it's trouble when your business and personal get distorted. So I move different, smooth shifting up out of the clutch. I'm double dutching, double hustles to double bass, double up. You can't tell me that I'm greedy, you can't tell me what's enough. Unless you mad, I'm dripping off, it's all your bitch come rushing up. What? By the way that these boys act, ain't gotta ask who a bitch. I aim an X9 over necklines, know exactly who I'm finna hit. KDR's on 100%. If I bust in, they ain't gon' miss. Every one of them a headshot, like I got an aimbot on this bitch. So tell them to pick a squad. I need some targets to pick apart. Loud talking when the crowd watching and they TikTok and see me kill the noise. Everything quiet, you can hear rain pissing on kind outside. You can go live right now, buddy, you can die right now. You ain't gotta pick a side. Know my squad gon' flex. One gon' bring back two, my dogs gon' fetch. I'ma tell her pick up the scent. Smell like this when the bitch, so all y'all nicks. Then put a boot across all y'all neck. Check out the footwork, step up the game. You gotta give respect to get it. Without it, expect me to step on the lane. Tell them about gang, I don't care what you claim. Grown men over here, they like to sneak and diss on beats. Remember the song end over here. Ain't no theatrics, ain't no rematches. You on the wrong end over here. It costs a few racks. If you want it back, then tell them to phone in over here.
Please don't discuss.
Hey, yo, shout out to the fam. You know who you is. Shout out to FFS for the Cash App. Appreciate you, family. Much love, much love. Appreciate the love. Y'all show FFS some love. Drop them some umbrellas in the chat. Y'all show no one some love. Fire new track. Appreciate you, family. All right, next we gonna get back into it.
That's the case. Look yourself or anybody else.
I'm assigned to Southeast Area Patrol in the city of Watts. Well, part of the city was named Watts, and I work patrol there.
And prior to your assignment patrol in Southeast, were you assigned to a different station?
Yes, I was assigned to Hollywood area also in patrol.
You keep using the word patrol. Can you explain to the jurors what it means to be assigned to patrol within LAPD?
Sure. Well, patrol is the very basic function of law enforcement. If anybody were to call the police during an emergency, uniformed officers such as myself, as I'm in uniform now, would respond and meet with you and handle the emergency or respond to the emergency.
Drive around in a typical LAPD black and white patrol car?
Correct. Marked vehicle, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you working on Saturday night, November 6th, 2021, between 10 and 10:30 in the evening?
I was.
In the Hollywood division, are Saturday nights generally busier for law enforcement?
Yes, they are.
That night at around 10:20 p.m., did you respond to a 911 call?
I did.
Just so that the jury is clear, when you respond to a 911 call, can you explain to them exactly how it is you receive information from someone who would say call 911?
Sure. So it starts with the person calling for police service. It could be anybody. They call 911 for an emergency. It goes to a person who takes the call, receives the information from the caller, and then they pass that information on to a dispatcher who directly communicates with us. And then we get that information from them.
So when you're out in the field and you're receiving, when you receive that information, do you receive that over your radio?
I do, yes.
When you're receiving information through the radio from a 911 call, is that really just a summary of the 911 call?
Right. That's correct.
Okay. That night, November 6, 2021, do you recall the general area that you responded to at around 10:20?
I do. Selma Avenue, Argyle Avenue, that intersection, and also Selma and El Centro. They're separated by 1 block from each other.
Wait, you said Selma and Argyle and what?
And Selma and El Centro.
El Centro.
Yes, sir.
He needs some milk.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask Mark my first exhibit, 1-page document with a map. It may be marked Peoples 1.
Does the defense have this?
I just went over the exhibits with Mr. Tackney.
All right, that's Peoples 1 for identification?
Yes. And if I can, Your Honor, I'll mark Peoples 2 at the same time.
What is it?
It's a satellite view photograph from Google of the same area generally depicted in Peoples 1. Okay. Sergeant, I'm showing you what I just marked as Peoples 1. I'm going to start broadly with, do you recognize the general area that is depicted in that map?
I do.
Now, you said that you responded to Selma and Argyle, correct?
That's correct.
Do you see where that's depicted on this map?
I do.
Can you point that out?
Sure. This intersection here.
There's a pointer there somewhere. You can use that. Easier.
This intersection here. Selma being east-west, Argyle being north-south.
Does the court need to describe it any further if it's marked? Thank you. And you said you responded to Selma and El Centro, correct?
Correct.
Now, I just want to point out for the record that on Peoples 1, there is an icon of a firearm just meant for representative purposes, not displaying anything specifically. Okay. Showing you Peoples 2, does this appear to be the same? Does this appear to depict the same area that you just went over, Selma and Argyle and El Centro and Selma?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to stick with Peoples 1. If you recall, what was the nature of the call that you initially responded to at that location?
It came out as a possible shooting had occurred.
Did it give any details about a particular area?
It indicated Selma and Argyle.
How familiar were you with that area of Selma and Argyle?
Oh, very familiar. I'd worked Hollywood several years prior to that date.
And I neglected to ask, but I should. How long have you worked for the LAPD?
It'll be 11 years this March.
And do you recall how long you were at Hollywood? Did you just say?
About 8 years.
8 years. Okay. If you recall, what were some of the buildings or businesses that were at that intersection of Argyle and Selma?
Sure. So.
And this cop too, just like all the other cops on the YSL, about to be caught up lying, talking about, oh no, there was only 3 officers. When we see on the tape that it was like 4, 5, we see at least like 5 of them, and then it was actually like 7 of them there, I think. And then he gonna read off the names and he gonna hit them with the I don't recall. We all know about the I don't recalls. It's coming up, family.
At the northeast corner here, there's a hotel, a recording studio, and a nightclub here in the Argyle. And across from that on the west side is an MTA bus depot turnaround, where MTA employees take their buses in and conduct their business. On the southwest corner here of Selma and Argyle is all residential. And then southeast corner here of Selma and Argyle, this is developing residential at the time, I believe.
Okay. Stick with the building where you described the bus terminal was. If you remember or recall, was there also residences above the bus depot?
That's correct.
And when you say residential, would that be like an apartment building?
Yes.
All right. And the southwest corner, that building that you described as residential, would that also have been an apartment building?
Yes.
Prentice Jones, what's good, family? Everything is good. We just over here covering this ASAP Rocky trial. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you tapping in, family.
The uniform that you're currently wearing, it appears you're equipped with something almost dead center in the middle of your chest. Can you describe what that object is for the jury?
This is a body-worn camera.
And were you wearing a body-worn camera that day, November 6, 2021?
Yes, I was.
How does that camera operate?
So it's always in what we call standby mode. So it's not actively recording, but it's recording 2 minutes of film, no audio, just film only. And at the time you activate it through this button here, this circle, it'll capture the last 2 minutes of video only, no audio, but the audio starts when you activate it. So you have a 2 minute, what we call buffer of video leading up to that activation where it's now both audio and video. So we activate that when we have public contact to capture the encounter or the incident. When we're responding to emergency calls, lights and sirens, we have it on before we even meet with anybody to document the response there. And then when the contact is over with and it's no longer needed, we just power it down by activating the same button.
Okay. Say you're working a typical shift, you record video on your camera, your shift is over.
Jerome, cool. Y'all let Jerome chill. Just Jerome, stop talking about yesterday. We don't want to discuss that. But yeah, everything else, you cool to chill. Just, don't bring that up no more, and we good. Ain't nobody tripping on you. We glad to have you here, family.
What do you do with the camera at the end of the day?
So at the end of the day, we have docking systems mounted in the hallway, and we mount these at the bottom. There's a connector where it charges the camera, and it also takes the video recorded from the camera and uploads it into our storage cloud, if you will, so it can be accessed later.
Are you able to access your videos later?
I am, yes.
Now, in anticipation
Appreciate the support, Ali. Much love, much love. Have a good one.
of your testimony today, did you go back and re-watch your video from what would almost be almost 4 years ago?
Yes, I did.
Okay. That day, November 6, 2021, you said you were wearing a camera, but did you activate your camera in response to this specific call?
Yes, I did.
All right, Your Honor, I'd ask Mark. My next exhibit, which is a DVD, has a video file, if it could be marked as people's 3. And the video file that is on the DVD has an accompanying audio, if it could be marked as people's 4.
You talking about the transcript?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
People's 4.
I don't know what I said.
You have transcripts for everybody?
I do.
Alex, can you distribute the transcripts?
We have a second to each other.
To talk with each other?
Yeah, isn't it?
Sure.
Appreciate y'all being here, family. Make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, tap in.
Plan B.
Appreciate the love.
Have they made a formal objection?
Hold on. Is there an objection to that?
Yes.
Alex, could you distribute the transcripts to everybody? Does anybody at the table need a transcript?
Ron said he good. It's all good. Jason Hodges said, here, take a hit of this. Everybody just chill out.
Everybody have it? Almost everybody have a transcript? Missing one? All right, everybody has one, all 16 jurors? All right. Mr. Sloan, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No breathe and
So
break.
I have the video, the sole video that's on the DVD up on my computer, and I have it paused at 2 seconds on the video player. I know it's kind of a blurry and out of context image, but if you can, do you recognize this to be your body-worn video captured that night?
Yes.
Okay.
For the record, that's P3 is being displayed.
Yes. Correct.
All right, I'm gonna actually play the video all the way through, and then I'm gonna ask you some follow-up questions based on the video.
Okay.
So, starting it at 2 seconds.
So this is the body cam. Let me see. Maybe I should cut it down a little bit. Oh no, I think I did already lower the volume because their sirens get kind of loud.
one too.
Y'all go sub up to Sustain Overrule. Sustain Overrule, when you go live next. Let me know when you go live next so we can let the people know. Appreciate you, family. Y'all hit the like button.
Number 2, non-black clothing, prior to unknown vehicle, none of the victims down, suspect last seen on Selma towards El Centro. Scale 32, 1445, 9647.
Use rail code 6 at Selma and El Centro.
623, Roger, Selma and El Centro. 624, Roger.
What's the description?
Jazzy said, SO make it sound like the most beautifulest thing in the world. If y'all don't know what it was, use your imagination.
White shirt, red pants?
She says she see porcelain every time she imagine it. I mean, she imagined porcelain every time she talk about it. Again, use your imagination if you don't know what it was.
E30, just send me this shit.
623,
some people are calling saying that there was a shooting over here at this corner. Did you hear any gunshots?
It was 2 shots. Okay. It was a gunshot, it was 2 shots. But now it was down there. It was down there.
So they did have a witness that say they heard 2 shots, but we heard that on the camera though also.
U3 Roger, I'm meeting with an MTA employee now at Selma Oregon northwest corner. He's advising he heard 2 shots in the area in the direction of Vista Del Mar and Selma. So yeah. Okay, cool. Did you hear any arguing or tires screeching or peeling out, anything like that? Okay, just 2 pops?
Yeah, just 2 pops. You know, I was standing right there, I was swimming, I said, okay, that's it. I said, oh, that sounds like a shot.
Sustain Overrule live tomorrow, 1:30, around 1:30 or so. Y'all go sub up.
Yeah. But, you know, it could have been that sound, but then that sound was
Hold on, did you hear him say a pop? Hold on.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks. He heard 2, possibly could have been gunshots in that direction, which is by Vista follow up the scene as well.
Tony Soprano looking crazy right there, though. Look how big his head is compared to Rocky. His head is humongous. He looked crazy, though. Did y'all see when he was holding the stick? Or that part didn't come up yet? Oh, it's about to come up after this. When he holding the stick, watch. So that's pretty crazy right there, though, because in that camera, I mean, from his body cam, it did only show 3 cops right there. But in the other camera, it shows more.
You hear me shooting?
You recognize, is that an accurate depiction of your activities that night?
Yes, it is.
That mess didn't show nothing. Why would you even bring that in the court? Again, some more wasted ass time on some wasted ass evidence.
Near the beginning of the transcript.
Shout out to JT. Appreciate you, family. Much love.
Transcript on page 2. And if you need me to go back to the video to refresh me, just let me know.
Thank you.
But at the beginning of the transcript on page 2, around line 7, and then continuing to line 9, you say, I think you're talking to a fellow officer, nothing, huh? Followed by, yeah, it was only one. What were you referencing?
Hey, Jazzy, before you go, we all know sustained overruled going through it right there. We're going to give her a big group hug. Everybody wrap your arms around sustained overruled and give her a group hug. Much love, sustained overruled. Appreciate you, family.
In making those statements.
So I was asking another officer who, I don't remember it being so long ago, but if they had seen anything, they hadn't. And then the comment about one call, well, when there's a shooting, especially in a densely populated area, you get more than one person calling. And that's always an indication that you more than likely have a legitimate shooting, because when you get one call, and I dealt with this as recent as of yesterday, and I've been dealing with my whole career. We have people that suffer from mental illness that live in the city, and it's very real for them, and they'll call and say that they heard or saw something. A lot of times it's a shooting. So one call will come out because it's not actually a real shooting, but to them it is, so they call, and we keep track of those incidences, and we find out later on who keeps making those same calls. So when we have one call, especially in a densely populated area, it could be somebody suffering from a mental illness, or it could be a prank call, because we do deal with that, false reports of emergencies. When we have a legitimate shooting, and typically you'll have multiple radio calls, multiple people calling in, because you hear the shots, you see the shooting, there's witnesses, right? And then when you get get there, you have people coming out, leaning out of the windows, pointing, that sort of things.
So when you say to the fellow officer, yeah, it was only one call, or words to that effect, are you essentially communicating right off the bat, I'm not so sure this is going to be a real shooting call?
Right, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Shortly after that, there's a paragraph between 10 and 14 that starts with all units, shooting just occurred. Can you describe for the jurors what that language is, or where that's coming from?
Sure, so this is actually the second radio call that came out. So the first call prompted our response there, and while we are there, this line here, 10 to 14, is an additional radio call. So now it's 2 radio calls. And so those comments there give a suspect description, a location of a shooting that occurred, clothing description of the suspects.
Always lying love. What's good, family?
Description of what happened. He fired into an unknown vehicle, unknown victims down. And then last direction of travel there, the last sentence, last seen on Selma towards El Centro.
Would it be fair to say that the first call that came in was not captured on your body-worn camera because of the buffering that you were talking about?
Correct. That call came out before I initiated my Code 3 response. You actually see me writing parking tickets. It came out while I was doing that prior to me activating it. Yeah.
When you say Code 3 response, what does that mean?
Right, sorry. So Code 3 is a designation that we use to denote that we're responding lights and sirens. We call that our Code 3 equipment. So.
Okay.
Good Saturday night, YP Com Chick. What's good, family?
Now, you said that second call comes out with information that there are potential suspects on Selma towards El Centro, and it gives a description of the clothing of the suspects, correct?
Correct.
If you need me to go back to the video, I will, but do you recall from watching the video where you were when you received that radio transmission?
I believe I was actually at the intersection of Sunset and El Centro. I'm sorry, Selma and El Centro.
So you're at the location where the call is saying the suspects are, correct?
Correct.
So what did you do?
Continued to look out the window and canvas and see if there were those anybody matching that description of those suspects present.
Is it fair to say you did not see anyone that matched that description?
No, I did not. Yeah.
Okay. I believe on the recording.
Shout out to Sustain Overrule. Shout out to Survivor Speaks. Y'all show Survivor Speaks some love. Chamar Black is golden in the house. What's good? What's good? Chamar Black is golden. Drop them purple hearts for Survivor Speaks. Hoping she get better.
You say, I'm code 6 at Selma and El Centro. Can you just explain what code 6 means?
Sure. We use these codes for brevity and clarity. It just means this is where I am. So if I say I'm code 6 at Selma and El Centro, this just means I'm there present at Selma and El Centro. So they know where I am, right? There's officer safety reasons and then letting everybody know that I'm there.
Okay. So taking me back to that night, you received first call, Selma and Argyle. Second call, Selma and El Centro. You happen to be there when you received the second call. You've not seen what is supposed to be described there. First, do you, based on your long work in patrol, do you have any reason why it's possible that that information would come out, but those people wouldn't actually be there at that time?
Maybe a delay in reporting.
Okay.
Right.
So it's possible they were there earlier, and as it gets filtered through the multiple people to get to you, it's just not there at that time?
Correct.
And then you, as you're at that intersection, Selma and El Centro, you're not seeing these people. What do you do after that?
Well, that was when I approached the MTA employee who was seated in his bus, the MTA lot.
And what's the...
Chamar Black is golden said, hey y'all, look, you think you slick, but I caught that. I get it.
The point of approaching the MTA employee?
Well, when we get to something as a report of a shooting, we have to do everything we can to determine what happened, if anything, right? When we get there, we have.
I don't think they can see your picture good enough to understand what's going on with that.
We work with what we got, not with what we'd like, but we work with what we got. So if there's anybody in the area, I'd make it a point to obviously go talk to them. Hey, did you hear anything? Did you see anything? There's some people who are reluctant to call the police, but if they're approached when you get there, they may actually provide you some information to work with.
Tech Clouds, Jason Hodges said, "Que pasate?"
Okay. Is it fair to say at that point you were having trouble determining if a crime had even occurred?
That's correct, yeah.
After speaking with the MTA employee, he directed you generally to the area of Vista Del Mar and Selma, correct?
Correct.
And Vista Del Mar is that small street between El Centro and Argyle?
Correct, this one here.
Okay. But is it fair to say that even the MTA employee told you he wasn't sure if it was gunshots? He said possible?
Right, and we all heard that on the video. He said maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Could have been something to that effect.
At around that point in the transcript, page 4, around line 14, you're told through the radio, quote, "The PR from incident 4245 does not wish to meet." Can you explain what that means in layman's terms?
Sure, so prior to this, I had actually, and we saw that on the video, I had asked if the PR, which stands for person reporting, that could be anybody who calls 911, that's how we refer to them, person reported. I asked if they would like to meet. I do this on almost every call because it makes sense to just meet with the person who saw what they saw and decided to call the police. So that's what I was doing there. Incident 4.
Who was that talking about his braids earlier? Was that you, Tat? Got the big braid, small braid. Okay. It ain't no it's no end. Like it's no braids. They see at the bottom right here, like it's no they just go, they continuous. They don't stop. It's no bottom to them, if you know what I'm talking about.
245 is just the last four of the incident number, which is unique to each call, so we can differentiate one call from the other.
What were you hoping to receive additional information from the reporting person? Is that your purpose in trying to meet with them?
Correct, yes.
And when you're told that that person does not want to meet with you, how does that affect your investigation?
Well, it's tough. I mean, I know there's a big expectation on us when we arrive to just figure it out on our own, but the reality is we need the public's help. We need to meet with people who saw what happened and determined they needed to call the police. That there are witnesses, there are best means of investigation for sure.
Rich people braids. Well, rich people braids.
Okay. When you approach the intersection of Vista Del Mar and Selma, so now we're about right where this icon is.
My bad. Hold on. Tat Cloud said the finest fuck braids. Always lying love. Always don't trust. A grown man still wearing braids. Grown man upgrade to dreads. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Where did you go?
So we went to as was indicated in the comments of the call, the parking lot next to the stop sign is how it was described. And that was the information we had to work off of. And right here is a stop sign controlling traffic east and west on Selma. And there is a parking lot there, which we saw in the video. So
I'm going to stop you, Sergeant,
sure.
really quick, because when you say right here, we have to identify where you're
Okay.
pointing.
Sure.
So my recollection when you said right here, and correct me if I'm wrong, was sort of maybe just above where the icon is, the gun icon?
Correct, northwest corner of Vista Del Mar and Selma, that parking lot there.
Okay, and I'm actually gonna switch over to People's 2, this photograph. I'm gonna zoom in where the same icon is, just to orient us. Would that be that same corner that you're talking about? I know Vista Del Mar is not labeled, but is that Vista Del Mar?
Correct, it would be this parking lot
Okay.
on the northwest corner.
And if it's easier for you to describe where you went on the photograph, would you do that? If you want me to flip back to the map, People's 1, just let me know.
But this is fine.
So where did you go after you got to the intersection?
So when I got here to the northwest corner, I exited my vehicle and walked the actual parking lot on the northwest corner.
So are you saying you stopped your patrol car right at that corner?
No, I would say just north of mid-block.
Okay. Is there any point or reference you can point to on here where your car was stopped?
So on this map, I think a good approximate would be right above the N here on this Hollywood Levon on the map.
Okay. And so you drove your patrol car up this street and parked it there, correct?
Correct.
Where did you go after you got out of your car?
To the parking lot here in the northwest corner of Selma and Argyle.
His braids are showing the route that he ran after shooting. He broadcasting in the middle of the court. This is exactly the way I ran. See me, I'm the little line.
On the video, we saw you and your partners interacting with someone holding a skateboard after you got out of your car. To your knowledge, did that person provide any details about the crime?
No, we didn't receive any information to work with from him.
Okay. On the video, we saw you walking through the parking lot. What was your point in walking through the parking lot?
Well, the comments of the call updated and again directed us to that lot next to the stop sign as it's described. At that point, we're looking for evidence of a shooting. In that specific scenario, vehicles with windshields and windows that are destroyed, flat tires on vehicles, damage to vehicles, impacts from firearms.
Did you see any of that?
We did not.
Okay. Did you find any victims in the parking lot?
No.
Would you describe the parking lot as nearly full of cars?
Yes.
Towards the end of your video clip, we heard you and your partner addressing someone who was off camera. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Joni 4 in the building. What's good, family? I see you. Appreciate you joining.
If you can describe that person at all, who was that?
Can't recall what he looked like, but I believe he was a resident or somebody that was occupying that apartment there above the parking lot. And I can't recall, but from watching the video, he said he saw 2 guys, and then the rest you can't hear on video. Okay. But I do remember independently that he also didn't provide anything. He just didn't have anything to provide us that we could work with in terms of investigation.
So you talked to the MTA employee, you talked to a skateboarder, you talked to a resident at a building there. Fair to say none of them provided you details about this crime?
Correct.
Okay. At that point, did you know where, if at all, this shooting had occurred?
No.
Dang, is you done already, bruh? I think he almost done, y'all. He almost done. Then we gotta go through Tony Soprano, and that's it. Appreciate y'all being here.
How would you categorize the search that you and your partners did of the street of Vista Del Mar, just north of Selma?
Categorize or characterize?
Yeah, how would you characterize it?
I would say typical of responding to a shooting call. We're looking for victims that are down. We're looking for witnesses who can direct us to suspects or victims who are down. We're looking for damage to vehicles or buildings, impacts, right, from gunfire, those sorts of things.
Would you say that you and your partners searched every inch of that street?
We didn't search every inch of that street. No.
Okay.
Can't say that.
She been drinking. She been
As
drinking.
you sit here, can you say to a certainty that there was not a fired cartridge case in that street on Vista Del Mar?
I can't say that I may have missed something. It's possible.
Okay. The last exhibit I have for you, Your Honor, desk marker equals 5.
Oh, thank you. Jeez. Hurry up, bruh.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting the state earlier, but the state can talk the ears off a donkey. This continued filibustering has got to stop.
Opinion to believe that if there was a expended cartridge casing in that street, that you may have missed it?
Yes.
What is the People's 5?
People's 5 is another map, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Is it a map or is it an aerial photograph?
It's a map. And it has
objection to this question.
We have the grounds with the objection.
Sure.
Read the question back, please.
Mention speculation.
Is it reasonable, in your opinion, to believe that if there was an expended cartridge casing in that street, that you may have missed it?
Sustain.
You know, I appreciate you showing up, family. Appreciate you showing up. Hey, you know, Jason, actually everything changed with the appeal stuff, like from what it used to be. So you get 14 days to appeal. So my last day to submit my video will be on the 7th. And then and then if they don't approve it after that appeal, then I have to wait 90 days to reapply. Appreciate you, family.
in your experience working patrol.
But I'm almost done with the appeal video. I'll probably turn it in this week, like within the next couple days.
Is it reasonable that sometimes you will respond to a shooting and miss certain evidence such as fired cartridge casings?
That's correct.
And if you miss a fired cartridge case, how is it that you could say, yeah, on that instance I missed that piece of evidence or something like that?
You mean, how would I find out later?
Yes.
A couple ways. I mean, somebody finds it the next day when the light's up and they see it.
And I'm still waiting for Ronnie O'Neal. He still got my paperwork. Anybody seen him? Can somebody call him, please? He's supposed to be helping me with the case.
And they call the police and say, hey, this doesn't look right. That's one way.
Has that happened in your career?
I have heard of that happening. It hasn't happened to me.
Is it typical that after a case is investigated by a patrol officer, it's passed on to a detective?
Yes.
And have you heard of occasions where the detectives will go back and search an area and find something that patrol officers missed?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Now I'm going to get People's 5, the map, and it's annotated with 4 different colored arrows, if I may.
Yeah.
Sergeant, the area of People's 5 here, you've already described this to be the area that you responded to that night, correct?
Correct.
Would you agree that the arrows generally reflect the path that you took as you were driving around in your patrol car as we watched it on the body of the video?
Yes.
So as you started down here where the number 1 is, headed north on El Centro.
Hey, Jason, we might have to talk behind the scenes or something. We might have to do a little interview about your story, if you with it.
Made a left left turn on Selma, then come south on Argyle, and made a right turn on Sunset?
Right, westbound turn on the Sunset, yes.
Okay. And when you were on Sunset, did you make a U-turn and then head back up Argyle?
Correct.
Did you cross Selma and go into the bus depot on the corner of Argyle and Selma?
Correct.
And then did you come out and go to Vista Del Mar and then go north on Vista Del Mar?
Correct.
And would the yellow generally reflect it's very hard to see, but would that generally reflect where you walked through the parking lot?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any further questions.
Let me see if the sidebar not on the record, please.
Sheesh, finally. This guy.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting the state earlier, but the state can talk the ears off a donkey. This continued filibustering has got to stop.
But I do appreciate y'all being here, family. So we got a little bit more to go, only like 10, 15 minutes. And it's just the cross-examination from the defense. So Tony Soprano about to hop up there. And watch though when he when he stand next to the screen and be holding this stick. It look like he about to break it. Watch, just watch. This look funny. Like it look like a big pool stick, but it ain't that big.
I'm going to go up to a certain part, Your Honor.
Say again?
I'm going to go up to a certain part. That's the part you can break on. I think it should take us right to the left floor.
Well, we have to break the floor.
Yeah, I'm saying. I might be a few minutes short of floor, but we'll give it a whirl here. Hey, Sergeant, how are you?
Good, sir. How you doing?
Just a couple things. This whole line of questioning about the possibility that you may have missed something. Remember that line of questioning the prosecutor asked you about?
Yes, sir.
You're not trained to miss something. You're trained to find things, correct?
Correct.
All right. Now, when you say you may have missed something, there were 7 of you guys responding officers at the scene, correct?
Did you say 7?
Yeah.
I don't think it was 7, but
Really? Okay, how many do you think there were?
Look, how many you think they were? He said, I don't think it was 7 of us.
I think 3 total.
Oh, no. Did you see the video?
I did. I only saw 2.
When you say you may have missed something, there were 7 of you guys responding officers at the scene, correct?
Did you say 7?
Yeah.
I don't think it was 7, but
Really?
He said, I don't remember that part, Pinky.
Okay, how many do you think there were?
I think 3 total.
Oh, no. Did you see the video?
I did. I only saw 2 others, including myself. That's 3.
How about Brian Kujavix? You know him?
Kijevix? Yes.
Was he there?
I believe so, yes.
How about John Cook?
Yes.
Okay. Gerardo Sweeney?
Don't recall.
Okay. Steve Lawson?
Also same.
Rocky Martinez?
Same.
Okay. How about Adrian Rodriguez?
Don't remember seeing him.
And Jose Quintanilla?
Quintanilla? No, sir.
You don't remember seeing him either?
No.
So, anyway, there is camp footage of other officers, not just yours, right?
Correct, yeah.
Anyway,
Hold on. Stacy Sibbett says she know where she could find Ronnie at. I need to know. Please let me know where Ronnie at.
Say what like the tender, Stacy did with 30.
Appear now. I summon you, Stacy Sibbett.
Say what like the tender, Stacy did with 30 and into.
Got her booty all in my face. I need to move that.
Say
Hold
what
on.
like the tender, Stacy did with 30 and into. During this time, say what like the tender, Stacy did with 30 and into. During this time, say what like the tender, Stacy did with 30.
long story short, you don't know if you missed something, right?
I don't think anybody would know if they missed something.
Dang, fleas.
Yeah.
Right.
Real quick, no, I didn't make any progress. Not at all. I took it apart and put it back together. Basically just wasted my time. Appreciate you, though.
When was the first time you discussed the possibility that maybe you missed something with the prosecutors? When was the first time you discussed that?
I mean, today we reviewed stuff, right?
I don't know. I wasn't there. Today?
Correct.
That was the first time you discussed, maybe I missed something.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
This was in 2021.
Huh. And what's it now?
This is 2025.
Okay. So, for the first time since 2021, today is the first time you discussed with the prosecutors, oh, I may have missed something.
Correct.
And the first time you met with them,
Pamela, Tommy, I remember that. Jazzy T.
anyone in this case was on Wednesday, right?
No, today is the first time I met with them. Spoke with them on the phone.
On Wednesday?
Wednesday, I believe, about scheduling and about appearing
Okay.
to court.
So today's the first time you met with them?
Met with them in person, yes.
And the first time you discussed testimony was today?
Yes.
You didn't discuss it on Wednesday?
No, we discussed scheduling and what the case was about. That's it.
You take your duties seriously. By the way, let me stop for a second. You were asked what you were looking for hypothetically when you arrived at the scene of a call for a shooting. You recall that?
Yes.
And you said victims? Yes.
Yes.
Uncle Vinny.
Damage to property, correct?
Correct.
What about shell casings? Would you look for that too?
Sure.
Because you didn't mention that. That would be something, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you take your duties as a law enforcement officer seriously, Sergeant?
I do.
You do. And because of that, you make your best effort to perform your duties to the best of your ability.
Correct.
And you do, in fact, the best to perform your police functions carefully.
Yes.
And you're a sergeant, right?
Yes.
I mean, very distinguished.
You know, we can make you up a little cartoon figure, a little animation, you know what I'm saying? We make it happen. Get the little visuals going behind it so we can, you know what I'm saying, see what was going on, get the visuals of it, you feel me?
Position, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you pay attention to detail, don't you?
Yes.
I mean, you get called to a shooting scene. You guys had flashlights too, right?
Correct.
Searchlights. You know what you're looking for, right?
Correct.
On November 6, 2021 at 10:27 p.m., you had received a report of shots fired, right?
Correct.
And you responded to the area of Selma and East Delmar.
Correct.
And you were wearing the body camera, I think that was established, right?
Yes, sir.
And you reported that.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, fellow officers reported video as well.
Correct.
And you, in turn, reported your fellow officers' activity.
Right.
You exited your car around 10:31.
Can't independently recall, but if it shows that on the timestamp, that timestamp's accurate. There's no reason to believe it's not.
Correct. Timestamp's accurate.
Correct.
And your car was parked next to that parking lot on East Delmar?
Yes.
And after exiting your car, you walked southbound on East Delmar?
Correct.
Towards the stop sign on the corner there, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes. And then you just walked into that parking lot with all those cars, right?
Yes, sir.
She said she watched more than porn. She watched Court too. And FOGs. I am the God.
By the way, there was no damage to any of those cars that you found, right?
Not that we saw, no.
You were looking, right? You guys were looking.
Yes, sir.
And once you were in the parking lot, according to your body cam footage, you walked from one end of it to the other.
Correct.
As you did that, you had your flashlight on.
Sure.
All right. And you saw from your body cam footage, other officers had their flashlights on.
Correct.
Now, at one point from your body cam footage, you were looking at the windshield of a vehicle with your flashlight, right?
The rear windshield on the red car?
Yeah.
Yes.
You were searching for signs of shooting, right?
Correct.
All right. You didn't find any broken glass?
No.
No damaged cars?
No.
No bullet holes?
No.
You established no shell casing?
Correct.
No blood?
Correct.
In fact, you didn't find any signs of shooting, right?
Correct.
Now,
Cat.
there have been times you responded to
I call Cat.
a reported shooting only to find that the person who made the call intentionally lied about it, right?
Right, like the false report of emergency or
Yeah.
somebody suffering from an illness.
Yes.
Right.
So that would.
YP said, "Hey guys, this rich guy tried to shoot me. And I went back 2 days later and found the shell casings that the 7 police officers missed. You think I have a case? Look at my knuckles. They're bleeding. I had to go to a hospital way across the country. In New York. From LA to New York."
The intentional lie, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you'd agree that if someone misreports a shooting that never really happened, you wouldn't expect to find any evidence of it when you get there, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, your own body cam footage ended at 22:33:16, meaning 10:33 and 16 seconds, right?
Okay.
But you still remained on the scene after that was turned off, right?
Well, I can't remember, but if I'm turning it off, it's because I've concluded what I need to do, and then I'm leaving.
Well, after searching the parking lot, you searched the street as well.
Are you saying after I went into the parking lot, I exited?
Exactly.
I don't remember if I did. I'm going off my body worn.
Okay, well, I'm going to help refresh your recollection if I can, okay? Who was that officer with that name that I mispronounced badly? Brian?
You
You too. Okay.
Kijevix? Yeah.
Okay, Kijevix.
We'll call him Brian.
There's a J, a B, and an X all in there?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Him. So, Brian.
Right.
Officer Brian.
Yes.
I want to show you the body cam footage that's been marked as defense exhibit A, for identification.
Is there audio? There.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a transcript?
We don't need it. It's not for the sound. We don't need the audio portion of it. It's just for visual.
What? Defense A.
Now, directing you to 22:35:50, 20 seconds into this video. Hold on 1 second. Is that it?
You don't wash your socks, Lav? You ballin' like that? You wear a new pair of socks every day? You on that Dame Dash lifestyle?
You good there? Yeah. So that's 22:35:50, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that's whatever it is.
10:35 p.m.
Thank you much. 20 seconds into the video. Do you recognize yourself on it?
I do.
Okay. So you did go to the street after the parking lot, right?
Yes.
And at that point, your body camera is off?
I can't remember if it's on or off, if there's an additional video you want me to watch, but again, this was 4 years ago.
No, I understand. That's what you talked about for the first time today with the prosecutor, right?
Correct.
All right. Did you see any of your body cam footage today when you talked about it for the first time, displaying what you're looking at?
My own video?
Yeah.
Yes.
Showing that part?
No, not this.
Right. I know you saw your video from before that we all saw, right?
Right.
But you don't see any of your body cam footage showing this, right?
No.
Okay.
Why do we only have half your body cam? Where's the rest of the body cam? Y'all always hiding shit. Where Max at?
Where are your police reports?
But that is you, right?
It is, yes.
And that video truly and accurately reflects your activities during the search of the scene on November 6, 2021, correct?
Correct.
You and I both as defense exhibit
You already have it marked.
Offering
I'm
into
sorry, what are we
evidence.
doing?
I identified it, and I'm offering it. Offering it evidence.
It's evidence?
Yes, sir.
Your objections?
This would not be, we would not move something into.
Move for time. What? A move for time.
There could be a motion to admit evidence at any time as long as there is a foundation and it's relevant and visible. you have an objection now as to foundation or relevance?
No, I don't.
Defense A is admitted.
Now, the street shown there, sir, on
Sure.
you have a little camera screen there.
This is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, but thank you.
Very small problem.
Sure.
It's fine. Okay. Ding. We'll talk continue.
All right. Well, we're going to have to recess now, sir.
Sure.
So you're going to come back on Tuesday,
Okay.
10:30 in the morning.
10:30, all right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming in today. See you soon.
All right.
No.
All right, family. That's it for tonight. Can you close your door? My bad, family. Y'all, that's it for tonight. Appreciate y'all being here. And the motherfucking tie is back. That is back. It's the same code.
Motherfucking tie. What? A motherfucking tie.
My bad, it's so loud. Let me cut that mug down. That volume is way too loud. The new one. Let me test it again.
Motherfucking tie. What? A motherfucking tie.
Alright. Yeah, my bad. I just had to fix that volume. But yeah, we up out of here. Appreciate y'all for joining, family. Quick shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all, families. Tech Clouds. Oh yeah. Laugh always, have fun. What up, what up? Jerome Street. Jason Hodges. Jazzy T in the building. Going on with that freaky stuff, Jason. Jerome Street, perfect timing. Okay. Jason, Jazzy, Laugh, Stacy Sibbett, appreciate you. He got caught down bad. He in Florida Department of Corrections. Oh, damn. Hey, I need him. He got my paperwork. Ask him if he can get my paperwork for me. Jazzy T. Blues Clues. Prentice Jones. Appreciate you, family. Shout out to Blues Clues. Shout out to... Who else is this? Chad My Black is Golden. Appreciate you, family. Jazzy T, JT. Okay, I'm seeing doubles now. Cha Diggy. Appreciate you, family. Shout out to Survivor Speaks. I hope you get better soon. Shout out to Sustain Overruled. I hope you get better soon as well. You know. And everybody have a great night. We up out of here. Much love, family. Shout out to No One. Y'all go sub up to No One. Shout out to Late Night Bacon with Mookie. Y'all go sub up. We up out of here. That's it for today, family. Much love. Free Rocky. Free Flex. Hit y'all with this outro track. One time for the one time. You know what I'm saying? Stay fresh and stay blessed, family. Peace.
From the ashes he arose. Never hated friend or foes. Just a sub to art and not giving a fuck. Chasing down my goals. I self-law am master. Supernatural disaster. Metaphysical reaction. I am the flesh. I am the God. No one got the lab on lockdown. Talking hot winters and cold summers. Black Force Ones when we slide in the streets. We all stay home at a club jumping. What up, cousin? I see you, fam. Throwing slime coins when I watch the trial. LEOs be capping. Chatting action. Come and tap in the most interactive. I am the flesh. I am the God. I am the flesh. I am the God.
Lost never leg gon' tap in. Gun play scared every rap in. If you like us, gon' get the lights up. You can sub, you can share, tell them pack in. From the left, right, front to the passenger side. It's right here, the premiere. How you know? Cause them boys broadcast to the live. Wanna talk about it, hit the link right here. Slide coins up, got 100 bands. Mars eyes, watch how the check. And the band make love to a bomber head. Two bands do a dance like check. I'ma keep going till I'm motherfucking tired. You what? I'm motherfucking tired. Slide real side, could we rain down game? Like, what you mean? Just watch the rise. Watch the rise. Watch the rise.
I am the flesh. I am the God. I am the flesh. I am the God. Flesh with God. I see one. 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 I am the flesh. I am the God. I am the flesh. I am the God.